Hello, Miss Bonnie. This is your first home program via video. So you'll be able to follow along throughout the entire workout. I'm going to show you kind of step by step all the movements, and it's the full workout. So we're going to start off with the warm-up. So first off, if you need to pause the video to make sure that you have a good workout area, the one and only thing that you will need is going to be a chair. For my environment, what I have for me, demonstration purposes, I'm using this bench. But yeah, if you want a chair or the side of the couch, whatever's going to work best for you. As we go along, you might hear some movements or see some movements that look familiar in the head or by description. There will be some overlap in some of the written programs that I've sent you, so this should be good to give you an actual visual to go along with the written workouts that I've given you too. This one is a little different, not exactly the same. But yeah, let's get started. Let's arm swings across the body. Kind of wake up the shoulders a little bit. A couple times there. Back up so I don't hit anything. I hope you've been doing well. All right, so neural warm up as always. So start from the fingertips. Just gonna give a little skin stimulus all the way up into the shoulders, across the nape, back of the shoulders, almost kind of like we're in the shower, washing off, to the neck and the jaw. I'm going to go up behind the ears. If you can get the fingers to the scalp, a little scalp rub, back to the jaw, down the neck, onto the arms, across the torso, a little bit of the belly and the abdomen. And you can use the knuckles and fingertips to get behind the back. Feels pretty good. On the legs, down to the knees. All right. We're going to take a moment just to kind of shake the body out. Back to the arms. They're going overhead now, alternating. So just a couple of arm swings. Again, make sure you're not going to hit anything. Would not be a fun way to start the workout. All right. Going to the spine now. Legs about shoulder width apart. I'm going to have the arms relaxed and totally rotate. As you can hear, I'm making a little bit of contact with myself. All right, this from the arms, moving into the spine. So we're gonna go down towards the torso and then the hips. So hands on the ribs like a little teapot. All right, I'm gonna take a little bend to my right, nice and far, roll forward. Notice my hips are going to stay in the same spot. I'm taking the upper body, the torso, the rib cage. I'm rotating where the thoracic spine meets the lumbar, which is your low back. So where the ribs meet the top of the low back, that midsection there, right here is where the diaphragm meets. So this is a really good drill for breathing as well as spinal mobility. It does wonders to wake up a lot of the central nervous system. As well as little rocks in between the ears, your vestibular system. So if you need a moment to kind of catch your bearings, because we just did a lot of rotation, take time, keep some water nearby. I have mine. At any time you need to pause, either catch breath, get outside, take some water, go to the restroom, whatever you need. Pause the video, take your time, no rush. This is always at your own pace, not mine. But I will be trying to stay at a nice steady pace for the workout. All right, so back to the hips. It's gonna be like a hula hoop movement. Call it an hourglass. Gonna take the hips, push them out to the side, hips to the back, to the right. So you can kind of see the top of my body's moving counter to what the hips are doing. Now we're just going to go for a few repetitions. Legs, I'm trying to keep the knees straight. Trying to keep the knees out of it, getting the hip joints and the spine to do the movement for us. Shake it out. Little bounce. Get some oxygen into the nose. Relax to the mouth. All right, we're going to move into what's called the lunge template. So we'll be doing some single leg work today. So what I'm going to do with my left leg, I'm going to step forward with the left leg. That right leg stays locked out behind me. I'm just trying to stay nice and tall. Step to a 45-degree, left leg's bending, right leg's locked. Stepping straight out to the side here. Left leg's bent, right leg's locked, feet are flat. And I'm still trying to keep that upright position. Stepping back to my 45, making sure there's nothing back there. Back at a 45-degree angle again. Left leg's bending, right leg's locked, spine's tall. Now we're going straight back. It's just a baby step, doesn't have to be real big. Left leg's bent, right leg's straight, feet are flat, spine's tall. Step out of it, we're going to repeat on the right side. So I'll take my forward. It's called a lunge template. Now the right leg is bending, left leg is locked. Spine's still upright. It's 5 quadrants. Forward, forward 45, lateral, back 45, and then straight back. Again, make sure we're not going to step on anything or trip on anything. Staying tall. Doesn't have to be a real big movement. Nice and light. We're going to go to knees. Okay, so I'm going to bend the knees. Both knees get bent forward. I'm staying tall. I'm going to kind of direct both knees to go to my left. I'm going to lock the legs out. Softly unlock the knees and go to the right. So this should be, imagine there's a paintbrush pointing down on the knees. I'm trying to create a circle. So now I'm going to go the opposite direction. Staying tall. I'm not moving, but the knees are. My feet are staying flat to the ground. If you notice, the feet aren't tilting inward or outward. Pronating or supinating, as they say. But now I'm going to use the feet a little bit. I'm going to take a little slight step forward. One foot in front of the other. My left leg. I'm going to tilt that ankle out. My hips aren't doing anything. I'm staying nice and tall, nice and solid. About 5. It's called a lateral ankle tilt. So I'm going to take that foot out to the side here. Brace my weight onto my right leg. About 70% of my weight is on the right. And I allow that ankle to tilt inward. Lots of nerve endings in the ankle joint. They tend to get jammed and stuck and immobilized. So just this easy little mobilization helps get a lot of stimulus to the brain. Helps improve balance, amongst the many other things. Big benefit here. So I'm turning to help you see this movement. I'm going to take the toe down on the ground as long as it's comfortable. I'm going to push down and forward a little bit. You should feel a little bit of a stretch in the anterior, the front of the ankle, right here where the shin meets the ankle. I'm driving down and forward lightly. Try to get a stretch, keeping your intensity at 3 out of a 10, okay? Just a 3. We're just going for a stretch, trying to open the ankle up, give it a little space, okay? We do the same thing on this leg now. So we started with right foot forward, weights on my back leg, tilting outward for 5, the outside ankle tilt. Just using the ankle to get this tilting motion going, trying to keep other joints out of the picture in the mind. Stepping to the outside, brace my load on the inside leg so I can easily tilt this ankle inward for the inside ankle tilt. Again, for just about 5. Changing my direction so you can see. Toes down, body is tall, it's behind me. I'm going to pull down and forward to open up the front of that ankle. 5 little pulls, nice and light. Using the ankle to generate the force, not my body. I'm not trying to throw myself in this movement. Nice and tall, almost done. If you need something to stabilize on, make sure you're balanced and stable. Foot's out in the front. I'm going to do about 3, it's called full foot circles to the right, 3 foot circles to the left. Let's change the foot. Let's bounce that one more time. A little bit of that rotation in one more time. We're gonna end, again, a little bit of skin stimulus to remind the body, hey, wake up, we're about to get rocking. All right, so if you have that chair, make sure it's nearby. We're gonna start off with some seated squats. And then jaw. Nice and awake. All right, let's sip some water, swish it around the mouth a little bit. Take a big breath of air after that. We're gonna start. Reminds me of the dentist. A lot of nerve endings in the mouth too, so getting that stimulus in, good wake up for the brain. And the more we can wake the brain up, the more everything within it is alert, and the brain is what moves the body. So, let's begin. First couple rounds through, it's gonna be 4 rounds through. We have 6 repetitions of each movement and 3 movements. So 3 movements, 6 reps, each movement, 4 times through. Again, at your own pace. We're gonna start with the squats. So if you've got that chair nearby, I'll start from the side here so you can see. We'll have a seat on the chair, keep the body nice and tall. Feet are flat on the ground, about a 90-degree bend in the knees, so I'm not too close. 90-degree bend in the knees. Body stays nice and tall. If I need to, I can leave the hands out in front of me for a little bit of assistance. But keep those heels in line with the shoulders, shoulder width apart, straight down from the knees, spine tall. We have our first 6 reps. Ready? Here we go. 1. Standing, locking the body out. I'm going to push the hips back, hit that bench for the chair. 2. 3. Again, if you need the hands, come up a little bit. 4. 5. One more. 6. Trying to stay tall, trying to hinge the hips back, big bend. All right, last stand. Now if you want to use the back of your chair, you can. I'm going to show you now. Height is custom for you. I'm just demonstrating with the bench so it doesn't have to be as low as I'm going. But you can put your hands on the back of the couch, the arm of the couch, the back of the chair, or the seat of the chair, wherever you'd like. Put the hands down. I'm going to kick the legs back straight. Keep the hips in line with the ears. So I'm trying to create this nice straight line from the ears, hips to the ankles, as straight as possible. If it feels unstable, you can widen the feet out. We're going to try and bend at the elbows at about 90 degrees. Bring the torso down. Exhale and push. We're doing 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep everything nice, locked and tight. 5. Inhale. Exhale. There's 6. Very important to continue to breathe as we move. If you move, you can breathe. If you breathe, you can move. So I synchronize my breathing with my movement. Now we got a form of jumping jacks, nice and light, low impact for now. Okay, as I step out to the side, my hands are going to go over the head. Continue in the middle, out to the side, back to my starting point. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, get nice and high overhead. 5, reaching out with the leg. 6. So 1 time through. Let's get right back to the beginning. Have a seat on the chair, couch, whatever you're using. Feet flat, body tall. 6 reps. Here we go. 6. I count backwards. I like it. 5. Little mental security. 4. Oh no, I gotta get to 0. 3. Seems quicker and smaller. 2. Staying tall. Squeeze to the legs and the stomach. 1. We started at the top, so we gotta end at the bottom. All right, push-ups. Remember, keep the fingers open, arms straight, and try not to let the head hang low while we're in this push-up position. So you can see my head position here. People will get into that position in push-ups, but I want it to be there. I want it to be here. So I'm gonna keep that head up and the chin back. Picking a target maybe about 45 degrees out in front of you. Fingers open nice and big. Legs tight, hips out of the air, in line with the spine. Inhale down, exhale up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the jacks. Hands overhead, stepping out to the side. 1 time each side is 1. 2, keep breathing. 3, 4, 5, we got 1 more, and 6. Sip some water if you need it. Shake it out. We're halfway through the first round. We got 3 large sets, not too big. Now we got 3 different sets, multiple rounds within each set. We are halfway through the first set. 2 more rounds to go. All right, so we're starting back right at the top. Hopefully starting to get familiar with the movements by now. Squats, push-ups, and jacks. There we go. Stay tall. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Always want to train in the posture. Train to attain the posture we want to live with. It's nice and tall. So always end straight body. To the push-ups. Hands down. Feet as wide as they need to be to feel stable. Arms locked. Inhale down. Exhale up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the jack, side to side. Mixing it up. 1. Go to opposite side. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more. Each side. And 6. Okay. Remember, sip some water if you need it. Go at your own pace. You don't have to go at my pace. You can go faster. If I'm going too slow, that's fine. If I'm going too fast, that's fine. It's all about your pace. I'm just demonstrating here to lead you through every round, every repetition. All right, starting back at the top one last time. Last set, or last round of the first set. All right, body tall, stomach's tight. I want to pinch those shoulders together too. I want to make sure that when we're sitting, that my shoulders are protracted or retracted, collarbones wide, neck is nice and tall, ears are sitting right between the shoulders from a lateral standpoint, and I'm upright. So this is how the lungs are built to intake air. This actually puts a lot of stress, makes it more difficult to take in oxygen. So if I can get those shoulders back and together, head in line, and the spine, upper spine, tall. You can get better oxygen in. More oxygen means more fuel, means more recovery, means better performance, and just overall better quality of life. So, last 6, here we go. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm trying not to rock back and rock forward. Decelerate myself, hit that seat, power straight back up. Last 2 and 1. Good, keeping the feet flat. Let's turn it around. Arms extended, fingers open, heads up, eyes open. You can do eyes closed if it's more relaxing. Inhale down, exhale up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hit our last 6 jacks. We're going to take a little break. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. We'll count it backwards. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Check it out for a moment. Sip some water if you need. I'm gonna get some water. Nothing wrong with the essence of life. Stay hydrated. It's not just important, it's critical. All right, shake it out for a moment if you need to. Shake out the legs, shake out the arms. Get tension out of the neck. Balance it out, literally. What we're going to do is you can go back to that seated position, or you can stay standing. I'm just going to demonstrate seated. This is probably one of the most comfortable positions we could be in during the day, besides lying down. But we're doing the workout, so I want to show you something a little more upright. Similar to the warm-up we did, I'm going to have this little side bend, like I'm a little teapot. Get the left hand on the ribs, base of the ribs, low ribs, like the 12th rib down there. And I'm going to bend off to my left, opening up the side on the right. Heads are relaxed too. I'm going to take the right hand up, try to relax that arm overhead, and I'm going to breathe into the nose, out through the mouth. One more time. Straighten out. I'm going to take that right side now to the right rib, left hand up. Relax the left hand, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. All right. Feels pretty good. That's just to get a little break in the monotony of very rigid. We do want to, like I said, train the posture that we'd like to attain, but it's also important to remember that if we become too rigid too often, unmovable, the body and the brain are just going to think, okay, don't bend to the side, don't rotate, and you're either going to run into a situation where you then have trouble bending to the side or rotating because we've trained to think that that's improper, or we instead of having difficulties doing those movements, and we just don't do them. And when we think of, oh, I gotta get that bag behind me, and I bend to the side and I move back, run into a problem where the muscle locks up or gets so tight or feels like a pull or a strain because that movement is so foreign. So we might run into the issue, like I said, where bending to the side or rotating or doing this alternative movement in real life that you normally do every day, put a seatbelt on, reach down and grab something on the floor, whatever it is. People don't do it that often in the workouts. They work out regularly. They have this mindset of spines tall, don't rotate, 90 degrees, up, down, up, down, up, down. Or we forget side to side, twist, twist, bend, bend. It's part of real life too. So we want to make sure that we don't train in such a rigid way that we lose mobility in these other areas. It's actually the opposite of what we're trying to do. We're trying to gain mobility. All right, so the big first set is done. Now we're moving on to the second set. Second set, some single leg work combined with some upper body and a little bit of core work. We'll be upright for the most part on this round. So if you have something nearby to help you stay stable, I would definitely recommend using it. It's going to start from a single leg position. I'm going to keep the right leg up at this position. So I'm using this as like my imaginary, the back of my chair. You can put your hand on the back of the chair here. I have my bench here on the side just to give an object here. I'm going to pick my right leg, my knee comes nice and high. My leg comes down behind me. I set the toe down behind me. I'm going to bend that left knee just a little bit. I'm going to step out of that and then bring that right knee back up in front. So this is involving a little bit of single leg stability, which is important, as well as a little bit of single leg strength on that same stable side. So what I'm going to do now is show you from the side, over here. So from the side, I'm going to pick this right leg up Again, make sure you have something stable near you hold on to. Easiest on the left side because we're going to move the right side. Pick that right leg up, bring that right leg back behind me, bend the left knee in front. And again, trying to keep the knee and the ankle in line. Don't have to pause like I am. We're going to move through. We have 4 reps. Okay, so that's 1. Bring it back behind me. 2, stomach's tight, body nice and tall. 3, balance as much as you can. Back leg down. 4. Now, if you find yourself kind of using the ground to readjust or recalculate or recalibrate your balance, that's totally fine. Over time, the goal will be to just notice that less. I'm going to turn the other side now so you can see my left leg moving back and forth, stabilizing and balancing on the right leg. I'll go for a slight angle on this one, staying upright. Hand on the right side is on something nice and stable. Bring that left knee up, stabilize here, nice and tall. Left leg back behind you, bending the right knees. It's a lunge balance. 2, just bone to 4. 3, 4. Cool. Go back to that bench. So I'm using the bench. You can use, again, your chair or your couch, whatever's most convenient for you. I'm going to re-angle this so you can see a good angle. My palms will go on the edge of the bench behind me, or like right next to my hips. So where I'm seated, palms are straight down on the bench. I'm going to kick the leg out straight in front of me. I'm going to use my hands to support myself. I'll put the feet flat. So foot down, foot flat on the ground. Notice a slight bend in my knees here. Palms are down. I'm going to brace my weight and separate the support between my feet and my hands, my arms. You can feel the tension going through the back of my arms with the triceps. I'm going to bend at the elbows and keep my shoulders up to get the tension to go into the triceps, flexing and extending the elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk it back in. Butt's on solid ground again. Having to stand. I'm going to get those elbows up by the sky, by my sides. I'm going to think opposite elbow to opposite knee. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we have 2 more rounds. So the first time we went through the squats, the push-ups, and the side-to-side jacks, we went 4 times through. This is just 3 times through. We've already done 1. So 2 more times through. And I'll show you those dips from a side angle in just a moment. So I'm going to get the bench out of the way here. With a single leg stability first. So, hand on the couch, hand on the wall even, hand on the back of a chair, broomstick, whatever you need. I'm going to take my right leg up, right leg back, bending, using the left leg to stand again. 4. Stomach stays tight. 3, nice and tall. Inhale down. 2, 1. Now switch legs. So I'm going to stabilize on this right leg, my outside leg here. Left leg's up, body's tall. Inhale down. Exhale up. 4, stomach's tight. 3, soft bend in that lead knee. 2, staying tall, upright. Last 1. 4 and 4 each leg. We're going to go 4 dips. So again, you can have that seat. Don't get too comfortable. I'm about to start moving again. All right. Palms right next to the hips, body's tall. You know, bring the leg out, foot flat on the ground, foot flat on the ground. Hanging off the edge, bending at the elbows, and using the arms to push myself up. 2, 3, 4. Over time with this move, the goal will be to move the legs further out in front of you. But for now, start at an angle or position that allows you to get a good range of motion down and up without overstraining. Yeah, we want to strain the muscles to make them get stronger, but we don't want to overwork them. There is a sweet little give and take between too much challenge and not enough with the challenging position. So the position is going to make or break the movement. Want to make sure it's just challenging enough, but not overdoing it. All right, back to the feet. Got knee to elbow for each side. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. One more round through. Stabilizing on the left leg. I'm going to take that right leg back. Bring that right leg up. 1. And if it looks a little more like this, that's fine. The key right now is balance. Because if you can't stabilize on this leg, we're not going to be able to get down and up on it on a single leg lunge position. So we're going to focus more on the balancing, stabilizing on there. You can even just bring the toe back, tap the ground, and bring the knee up. Bring the toe back, tap the ground, and bring the knee up. If you can't get the depth or the height right now, it's A-okay. Like I said, we'll focus on the balance. Again, it's going to look like this if we're focusing just on the balance. I bring the knee up, bring the toe back far, tap the ground, stabilize for a moment, then bring the knee back up. I'm going to stay upright. So make sure we're not leaning, trying to stay vertical with gravity. Bring the knee up, we get 2 more. Toe touches the ground in the back, bring the knee up, strong stomach, stabilize on an object, it's secure if you need to. Bring the knee up, exhale. And go back to the bench. So you see the pattern of lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body. Is your peripherals, the legs and the arms, or alternating peripheral movement. Sends blood upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, downstairs. Just like if you were in a house and you had to carry something upstairs and bring it downstairs, it becomes a lot of work. It's more work for the body. We're actually burning more calories this way. So it's a little workout hack or tip, trick, whatever you'd like to call it. 4, we're going to walk the feet out. Hips in front of the chair, hands on the chair, body's tall. Inhale down, exhale up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the hips back to the ground. Elbows to knees. All right, staying tall, fingertips by the ears. Don't clasp, keep them open up. Shoulders up. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. It's kind of a marching movement. All right, hey, 3 rounds through. We're almost done. Now shake it out for a moment. Again, if you need to step outside, open the window, get some fresh air, get some sunlight.